What is this nonsense?
Are you ready for this?
Sure.
Are you ready for this?
Sure.
So, and I'm not tooting our own horn. Just saying, we do give a lot of advice to China on how to do their propaganda because we're always making fun of their shit that doesn't work.
Yes.
Right? Let me give you another example of something that doesn't work. This is where they try to not be serious. They try to bring in an American comedian. Okay?
American comedian. Okay.
Just read that. American comedian.
This is CGTN. So, by the way, everybody, CGTN is China's state media.
It says right there, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
down there. CGTN, of course, is just the propaganda. It's like
It's
national.
the English-speaking propaganda arm
Yeah.
of
So
China.
it says American comedian says U.S. blaming China while ignoring own citizens.
Let's see comedy in action.
Okay, it's a comedian, right?
Yeah, but Chinese state media comedian.
Okay, let's listen.
It's what they're passing off as a
The
comedian.
G7 summit in Hiroshima, Japan. Where better for my home country, the U.S., to get together with some other nations? The U.S. out of the equation. The other 6 countries' GDPs barely add up to the same as China's alone. I mean, Canada and Italy each have a gross domestic product of only $2 trillion. That's what Jeff Bezos spends on a nice steak dinner. Point being, the G7 is not really a group of 7 important countries. It's the U.S. and 6 vassal states.
Where's the joke, by the way?
It wasn't funny. He's not a comedian.
No, it turns out the comedy here is just took me about 1 minute of digging. All I had to do is hit Google real quick and look up his name, and it turns out, you know what this American comedian is? Who is this just very genuine comedian that CGTN just found naturally?
Yeah, they're like, oh, American
Let me
comedian.
find this funny comedian, and he'll be able to talk the truth for us, right? Oh, wait a second. It's Lee Camp, who is a correspondent for Russia Today,
Yes.
RT, which is Russia's state-controlled propaganda international news television network funded by the Russian government. Remember we said that China and Russia were going to start sharing shills?
Yes.
Well, they're being passed around right now.
Dude, I get so sick and tired of Chinese state media lying about the people they interview or bigging them up or misrepresenting them. It's not a U.S. comedian. And in fact, should we just show people the title swap there?
Hey, no. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I have no idea what you're talking
As you can see, US, but I think, the correct title.
about. Oh, the correct title, fair enough.
Yeah, the correct title
to the
pops
same
up.
as China's
It's weird,
alone.
yeah, I don't know
just-
how that- It's weird. I guess YouTube figured it out.
Yeah, American traitor working for Russian state media surprises world by working for China as well.
They're so lazy. Like I think if they want to share people,
Yeah.
what they should do is like talk behind. No, I'm giving advice again.
No, stop giving
no more
advice.
advice. I'm sick of helping you guys. But what I want to point out is very important is right after that.
6
Okay, after we
vassal
see that he's
states.
actually just works for Russian state media propaganda. Okay. They should say Russian propagandists talk smack about America.
That's literally what because it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
It now works for China.
Yes.
It should say we are now using this Russian propaganda.
Yeah.
Anyway, what a joke. I guess if you suck at comedy and you go into life as a comedian, but you're not funny, your next kind of path in life is to work for state media in an authoritarian country.
Correct.
Where you're not allowed to make jokes anymore. You're just allowed to read talking points and go in a funny voice. What? The U.S.? I mean, come on. G7? Wow. There's no joke.
No, there's no joke.
Jeff Bezos is rich. That's as far as
Water? Am I right? Ha! You drink it.
It sucks.
I'm a comedian. It's a straw. It's blue. Bloody idiot.
This is why democracies will always be so Chad. It's
Yeah.
because you're allowed to be funny and actually make fun of shit.
Imagine he
instead of
made a
being
joke about
puppet.
Putin.
Yeah,
He'd be
dude, he'd be
toast.
lynched. He's done.
Yeah, that's it. Anyway,
Anyway.
what is this Hua Chunying?
Funniest Russian comedian.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
Yeah. So, the whole this is called on CGTN. It says former U.S. elected official.
They like to do this, and they like to do this by not giving specifics.
So, I mean, when you look at the title of this, it says former U.S. elected official on China's diplomacy.
Yeah.
Now, you would think, oh, this must be a credible source, just like U.S. comedian, right?
Yeah, U.S. comedian. He must be funny.
Let's see this guy. Can you picture it in your mind? If you think of a former U.S. elected official, I'm thinking, some dude's wearing a suit and tie eye.
Yeah, a senator.
Yeah,
I think a
like
senator or a representative.
Maybe a little bit of gray hair.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got some library books, not library books, you know what I mean? Like books
he's in like a
there's a
den.
bookshelf behind him. You know what I'm talking about? He's got like a leather chair with those little studs on it.
Diane, we'll get back to. I have a meeting right now.
It's got like maybe a flagpole, with a flag and a couple of plants.
Or if it's a woman, it's like a pantsuit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So now that we painted the picture of what a former, U.S. diplomacy guy, elected official
That's
looks
the
like.
title of this.
Let's see what China's idea of a former U.S. elected official is. Let's take a look.
Of the CPC National Congress in China has.
Oh wait, I feel the need. She said CPC, right?
Oh yes.
So let's do it.
CPPCC. CPPCC.
Of course.
It's had to do that. Anyway, let's get back to it. Let's see what he looks like.
Committed to its foreign policy goal of promoting world peace and common development. A press conference has just been held on diplomacy with Chinese characteristics.
Boring. What diplomacy with Chinese characteristics?
That just means you get slapped.
Diplomacy, if you look it up in a dictionary, it has a meaning.
Yes.
You don't need to have diplomacy with Chinese characteristics.
You know, when you add on with Chinese characteristics, it means the opposite.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
Democracy with Chinese characteristics, so not democracy.
Socialism with Chinese, it means
so not
socialism. Yeah. It just means this is not diplomacy.
Yes.
I would like to talk about this in this episode, and I invited Jim Nobles, who is a former elected official from the Washington State in the United States.
Hi Jim, how are you doing today? Good to see you.
Julian from Trailer Park Boys appears.
Oh my god! Yeah,
that's actually haunting.
This is.
Who is this former official?
It's not what I would expect if you say a former elected official from Washington State.
What
was he an official of? Garbage collection?
Stop.
I'm sorry, but it's like no. But we did look him up, and
okay. So we do due diligence,
yes,
right?
yeah.
I found like a ballot thing. It was like you could vote for him for like the lieutenant representative of the governor's
office of the governors of whatever. But he didn't get it.
But he didn't win.
No, he didn't. He wasn't elected as that. But he was elected as what was it? Something about
alcoholism board and helping teens in need of the EMT stuff or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, some position like
small little
whatever, right?
It's a little thing like you got to like I don't know fill the coffee mugs or something up in this thing probably.
Anyway, let's not belittle that. It could be something very good.
It could be fancy, but it's not.
I wouldn't say fancy. I'd say it's probably beneficial for society.
Yeah,
right,
okay. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is that they misrepresented this guy so bad.
Yeah, they're like they're talking about the CPC, right? Yeah. And then all of a sudden,
and diplomacy.
And diplomacy. And all of a sudden, they're talking to a former U.S. Elected official.
Yes.
Without a title, without an actual position.
No.
Right. And almost no internet footprint.
Yes.
If you're in public office, people can find what you did.
Yes. It was very difficult to find out anything about this guy.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, just to show you that they'll go for anyone and misrepresent them in order to try and prove
that was
a
our point.
Yeah.
Because they like to have vague titles that sound very important.
Yes.
It's like, like that last guy, like, he must have been on like SNL or something. It's like, no.
Yeah. No, the comedian guy.
Shit Night Live is what it was.
Sputnik Night Live. Yeah, exactly.
Like, take the peels.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I mean, I just got to give him a little bit of advice, Mr. Nobles. If you're going to have an interview on state TV, maybe wear a shirt, button-down shirt, a collared shirt.
Yeah, he needs a little rum and coke. Yeah.
Dude, you look appalling.
Don't be rude.
I'm being from a presentation point of view, not him as a human being.
Yeah, he could be a great guy.
You know, like you turn up to work hungover and look like shit, you look appalling.
Sure.
You turn up to an interview looking like that, you look appalling.
Sure.
Anyway,
hopefully he's a good guy, and I don't know, maybe he made it right and stopped going to state media to be an elected U.S. official. The funny thing is you know how that segment looks so forced, right?
Yes.
Well, it's actually a huge point in Russia and China media right now is to talk shit about G7, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny because right after I watched that segment, I saw this from China's state
Hua Jinying, the spokesperson,
spokesperson, sorry, G7 versus the rest of the world. And there's some freaking reason they're so obsessed with saying that G7 is little or something.
Yes, because they're trying to belittle it.
Yeah.
Because it's actually very powerful. And they're afraid of it.
They're so worried about it. And there's a huge influx of propagandists running BRICS, which is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa.
Yeah.
China's got this mad hate boner for the G7 right now.
Yeah, they hate the G7.
Holy crap. Yeah. Like, there is so much propaganda coming out about BRICS and how it's going to take down the G7 and how... But by the way, they're not even related. No. They're not even related, right? No. BRICS was supposed to be some sort of economic agreement between these countries that I was talking about, right? Mm-hmm. So I make this video because I was getting frustrated with it. Yeah. I was talking to this economics expert about this whole thing. We were just shooting the shit. And I was like, you know what? Enough. So I did shit tons of research on this, right? And it turns out this whole BRICS thing is absolute nonsense.
Sure.
So this is not the right thing.
What is
that's
this?
Later.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I got to go back?
No, you can go forward. Go forward. Right there. So I make a video about BRICS.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
this is
bullshit, right? And it was a good video. Everyone, seemed to be enjoying it. And then all of a sudden, as I'm sleeping, I wake up in the morning. I find out that while I was sleeping, they age restricted it. Yeah, a video, might I add, about an economic agreement between Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa got age restricted. And it says, we've reviewed your content and determined that it may not be suitable for viewers under the age of 18 per our community guidelines. As a result, we've age restricted the following content. So they age restrict my video. Yeah. So the whole night, it gets taken out of the algorithm.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, when a YouTube video is age restricted, it cannot be recommended, it cannot be auto-played, it cannot be shared.
Yes. So basically what it means is that you can't see the video unless you're logged into YouTube and you know where to go find it. Yeah. Right? And how YouTube works is the algorithm pushes your video out, right? Mm-hmm. If you don't have that, you'll never get views. It doesn't matter what you're doing, right? So this goes on this video about economics. Yes. Right? And I'm like, this is absolutely ridiculous. So I appeal it within 1 minute. Within 1 minute, they're like, yep, oh, sorry, we made a mistake. Yeah. So what happened, I suspect, is right now, China is going insane about this BRICS thing. And insane about this hatred for the G7. Yeah. And they really don't want you to see this video. Yeah. Like, they're doing everything in their power. They might have people in YouTube. Mm-hmm. They might have people doing mass flag campaigns. They might have all kinds of stuff going on. And they have literally neutered this video to the point where you can't see it. I just want to show you a stat. Go to the next one.
I got to tell you guys, you know that videos don't just get age restricted, okay? They don't just get age restricted. Right. They get age restricted if people flag them as being inappropriate for viewers under the age of 18. And so we have an army of Chinese, Wumao and Russian bots that actually constantly flag our videos as inappropriate, hoping it sticks. Yes. Because there's no way that a video about economics is going to be age restricted.
What are you age restricting? I didn't even use bad language in this.
Nobody would click that and say this is not suitable for people under the age of 18 unless they had malicious content.
You could use this in school. Yeah. Literally, it's just an educational video, right? Anyway. Just look at this. Take us out of this real quick. Yeah. So the bottom video says, "Why would you do this? China's dumbest nationalist about passport douche." 118,000 views, right? Got 1,000 comments and 7,000 likes, right? Right. This BRICS video got the same amount of views, right? Yeah. More than double the amount of likes, so twice the engagement. Yes. Right. And then also almost double the amount of likes. In comments, almost double the amount, more than double the comments and almost double the amount of likes, which means there's twice as much engagement, therefore twice as many views. Usually, that's how it works. Yeah. It wasn't. It got completely murdered. Yeah. And it's getting absolutely no views now, and a lot of people are like, it wasn't in my feed because they're either not logged in, it was age restricted. It's not being pushed towards them. So I really, really implore you. I put the link in the description. Can you please open this video in another window and know that if you're sharing this video, you are doing a serious damage to the CCP because they are really pissed off about this to the point where they employed some really nasty shit to try to get it to go away. But now I've gotten the age restriction removed. It doesn't repair anything, but it means you can share it now. So please share the video. I put like a 10-second clip here.
Oh, you got a 10-second clip of your video here? Okay. Let's watch a 10-second clip from C-Milk's video that was unfairly attacked
BRICS, or Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa.
There's been a lot of talk recently about BRICS and the new BRICS dollar.
The relevance of BRICS becomes more salient than ever.
I've mentioned the BRICS alliance and how this alliance will change the US-led world order.
BRICS is not going to take over. You've heard about it by now, but if you haven't, BRICS is the new big kid on the block.
Cool.
I highly, please implore you, please get that open. Please not only rescue the video, but push this message forward because it's obviously something that's doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, they don't like it.
They really
don't like it. They hate it. And we know when we're flying over the target, we get a lot of flack.
Yes.
That happened last time when I posted about Chain Woman, the abuse. I've been posting about the, domestic abuse issues in China. And man, they hate it. They've been sending the people after me.
There's obviously mandates right now about don't let people in the West talk about domestic abuse in China, and don't let people talk about BRICS right now, unless it's positive for BRICS. And so if you're sharing content about those two topics, you are actively harming the Chinese government's mandates.
Yeah.
Crazy English, crazy life, crazy work, crazy study. Crazy! Crazy! Crazy life! Crazy! Better. Good.
What is happening here?
Are
you casting a spell?
He's basically duping the audience.
He's just talking shit. He's just talking absolute shit.
Let's get crazy.
You know what? I lost my job today.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm serious.
I think that kid gets it. See the kid looking at the camera? He's like, this is bullshit.
This is bullshit.
Some bullshit right here.
Yeah.
When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs.